Boy, this is anticlimactic when you have to do this. It's like all the Christmas presents have been unwrapped and...
All right, we're back on Facebook.
Are we on?
Yep, we'll see if they let people in the room.
Okay.
Yep, there's people coming in.
We're on again. Now, as people are coming back into the room, we'll tell you what happened. Facebook heard the Journey song and shut us down. So,
They stopped believing.
yeah, they stopped believing. That was very good.
That was Matt Jack.
That was Matt Jack? Oh, well, I took credit for it first. Then I was giving you credit, and then it was Matt Jack. But they stopped believing. You know, that's what happens when you don't own the platform. And so we're working on that. But, you know, they would typically blank it out for a repeat. And anytime there's music or anything, they would typically blank it out, and you'd have to go watch it on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. But they're blanking it out, I guess, because they don't want to pay the license for the music, because God knows they hadn't got any money. Anyway, Albert Burgos Jr. is on, so you just hang on right there, buddy. So I was just, you know, if you missed it, 5 was Don't Stop Believing with Journey. 4 was, 5 was Mutatumba Tumba Wumba, don't, you know, Yumba Yumba Jumba, don't, you know, I get knocked down, I get up again. Number 4 was Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Number 3 was Jason Crabb from his first Grammy-winning album, and called Jason Crabb, and that song was Worth It All. Number 2 was Survivor with Eye of the Tiger, and number 1 was Bill Conti's theme from Rocky, Gonna Fly Now. Yeah, I was flying out of Pensacola. This was several years ago. And as we got up in the air, there's a guy sitting next to me, and he's looking down. You know, he's just like looking, you know, you don't see many adults really actively looking, you know, mostly his kids doing that, but he's looking down, and I could tell he was like looking for something specific, and I had never seen him on the plane. I fly out of there all the time. And I said, "Are you looking for something in particular?" He said, "Yeah, is that the Blackwater River right down there? Is that the Blackwater River?" And I looked down and I said, "No, the Blackwater River is a little more east from where we are." He said, okay. Now, the Blackwater River is the only sand river in America. And it's this pretty cold river, and its average depth is like 3 feet. And so people go upstream and canoe down it, or, you know, get in inner tubes and go down it. It's an awesome day trip. And the boys and I have done it several times. And so I said, "What have you been on the Blackwater before?" And he said, "No, but I have a boat, and I was, you know, I've heard that river is beautiful, so I was thinking about going up the river in my boat." And I thought, I hadn't seen many boats in there. I've seen canoes, but I hadn't seen many boats. I said, "What kind of boat you got?" He said, "A 50-foot fountain." That's like a cigarette boat, you know, a 50-foot fountain. I said, I I don't think that's going to be Blackwater River territory. I don't think. And as I was talking to him, we introduced ourselves, and he said, "My name's Bill Conti." And I said, "Are you the composer?" He said, "Yeah, my boat is gonna fly now." So this is the guy that wrote the Rocky theme, and he's got a place over in Santa Rosa. But I can guarantee you, he still has not put his 50-foot fountain in the Blackwater River. Okay, we got a surprise for you. We got a surprise, and this is just one of those things that just happens to you sometime in life. It's like God reaches down his hand and grabs a couple of you and shuffles you together. And so a couple of guys from California called us months ago. It was Armin Newton and Albert Burgos Jr. And Armin is a voice actor in LA, and Albert is a musician and a producer. And so they had read Traveler's Gift and Seven Decisions, and just fell in love with the book, and really wanted other people to read the book, and kept thinking about it. And so we didn't even know they were doing it, and they produced some music and they sent it to us, and we were like, oh my gosh. And so we got on the phone with Armin and Albert and got on Zoom calls and talked back and forth several times and worked some stuff out. And today, right now, the very first one of 7 songs is going to be released. It is available on iHeartRadio. It's available everywhere, and on Shazam. And we will give you just a minute of this to hear, and hopefully Facebook won't shut us down since we own it. But I did want to say before I play this, well, let's play it, and then I want to talk about Armin and Albert. Okay, let's play it.
The buck stops here. I for my past. I am responsible for my success. I am where I am today, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, because of decisions I have made. My decisions have always been governed by my thinking. Therefore, I am where I am today, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, because of how I think. Today, I would begin the process of changing where I am mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially by changing the way I think.
So, I mean, that's just a snippet of it. But I think it's incredible. And, Albert and Armin, these guys are the real deal out there in California. And we have had such a good time talking with them and figuring out how to release this. And so this is the first one. This is just the first one. And they are all with original music, and I love Armin's voice on that. We think that some some teams are going to love having this in the locker rooms. And every song is different. I love the, wait till you get to hear the Today I Will Choose to Be Happy one, because it starts with Armin laughing. So all the music is different. Some of it is very serious, some of it is lively, and it's really good stuff. But I hope you take advantage of that, and songs from the Seven Decisions. And I really just can't tell Armin and Albert how much we appreciate you guys. And we're gonna get you some pictures of them and let you see who's doing this. But I think this would be great for your car, great for your workouts, great for just background for your kids. And if you have teams, you know, if you're in charge of some teams, bone dry, and we're gonna, you know, if Facebook shuts it down, just please go and stream this. Get Bone Dry, you know, on iTunes, on Spotify, on iHeart, just wherever. But that's the #1 song in bluegrass right now, and we will see you next Tuesday. But here is Jimmy Yeary, #1 bluegrass song in America right now, Bone Dry.
Well, you thought my heart was a mountain stream with endless love for you. You could go too far, do anything, and I'd be faithful and true. But you came back to the well one too many times. Bet you were surprised to find that I'm bone dry. I don't cry, not a drop of feeling in my eye. Burned up, burned down, like a field of corn in the summer drought. My heart's been parched of everything inside, like a rattlesnake, sunbaked buzzard on a hot plate. No fan 210, nothing here but hot sand and high sunlight coming from the blistering sky. Bone dry. Where tears once flowed like a river, not a trace of water around. Where love was once as deep as the sea, there's just a hole in the ground. But the last time you left, my step turned the tide. Here before you now, I find that I'm bone dry. I don't cry, not a drop of feeling in my eye. Burned up, burned down, like a field of corn in a summer drought. My heart's been parched of everything inside, like a rattlesnake, sunbaked buzzard on a hot plate. No fan 210, nothing here but hot sand, noonday sunlight coming from the blistering sky. Bone dry. Field of corn in the summer drought. My heart's been parched of everything inside, like a rattlesnake, sunbaked buzzard on a hot plate. No fan 210, nothing here but hot sand, noonday sunlight coming from the blistering sky.